Hello traders, so today we're on, for a change, actually we're on MNQ, Nasdaq 100 micros. So this is just for a change to show you that this trading method works on every market basically. Uh, so this is MNQ 2000 tick, and I've started using some. I like to trade these on weekdays, MNQ and MES, some micro. So I'm not into uh, the futures. I'm just into the micro. Um, yeah, you could just this is what we're using now. Uh, I like to watch this and trade this. I'm still learning a bit, but it's the same um, as crypto as the videos I've done previously. However, we start out today. This is pre-market really, but the volume really picked up before opening. So the opening is right here, 15:30. This is the time zone I use. So that's maybe 9:30 for some of you. So downtrend break, new low. See 1, 2, 3. You can even enter here, but on the confirmation on the lower high here, you have 2 entries here that you can go for. You get a uptrend, first entry, second entry. It's a huge bar, so one tick is 50 cents. And this is a huge bar, so I recommend not to enter. That's why I did mark with a orange arrow instead of a blue. So we have, this one is kind of hard to analyze, I said, but somehow this is a clean break. You get a new high. We push a little bit higher again. There's no lower high, so you can't go short anywhere here. It was close to being good here. So go for a lower high, and we continue down. But we push high again. This one is too far off the EMA, so you can't go short here. Oh, sorry. Here you can't go short. It's too far off the EMA, which is the orange line. We get there, we break, first entry, second entry, not a good signal bar, but you have 1, 2, and you get to third test, which is also a second entry short, and this confirms the range. So this one is a bit riskier, it's a more high level trade, but this one is a lower high, also a good trade, can scalp out down here, or even here. But this also first entry, second entry, but this bar confirms the range as we have here, but it's not lasting very long. This all looks freaking. These don't look straight, these lines. Yeah. Continue, we kind of break it, I adjusted a little bit here. First entry, yeah, there's no entries really. But we break it. Another range is kind of, it's a failed breakout, I guess you could say, but it's not a, wait, is it? No, it's not a second entry here, but if this was a second entry, you could have entered here. It was not. We get a new push face up. First entry, second entry, you can't take this. It's a more aggressive trade, I'd say, but you can't take it. I don't see issues with it, and you get a, I mean, can probably scalp out here, but you get a nice. I mean, what is this like? It's like a 2 minute, or even less, 2 minute. I mean, you can't really trade into this, right? You're not allowed to trade in this area. I don't know. Do we have a? Yeah, I would say that you can't really. Let's actually see. This is good. So you kind of have to get out for here, and I say not trade. Yeah, I'd say you have to skip this one as well. 15 here, you can continue. I say this one and this trade kind of it's not what you want because you got some macro news, forex news, I guess you could say. However, yeah, there's not much here, but you break, get a lower high. I think you take it here or here. I'd mark this orange actually. It's a bit aggressive because I don't really see that this would be a. I would kinda like to draw it like this. Because it's decent. But you kind of have to realize that this is an overshoot. And you get a lower high then, so it's fine, but the lower high bar is amazing, that's why I marked it. Um, so I want a new low or equal low, right? But it kind of confirms the range here. So you have a first entry, second entry. This is actually okay. Because it's confirmed here, so it's also more high level trade. Um, however, you get a triple test here. I like the triple test. You will notice that on MNQ. And you get a triple test. It runs down. Do you have a first entry? This is your signal bar. And I guess we can mark it, right? You see how many trades there are here? It's crazy. But I mean, some of these are like, I don't know, it's just. It's less than a minute trade and you get, I don't know how many ticks, but it's at least. Oh, it's crazy if you get this trade. So many ticks, right? And that's why I don't trade normal NQ futures. It's just too much. However, what is really nice here is that we use this as a new um, support. And this goes through all the way here. Use the top of the range as a new support in the next range. And at this point somewhere, I mean maybe down here you have to realize like maybe there is a bigger trend going on. And I mean everything is just pointing upwards. You can check on like 10,000 tick, which is not here, but you can check on larger ticks, right? You do kind of have a triple test again. Push, break, no entry, but you get new high. Then there's one test, two tests, three tests, so the bearish bar. So unless you haven't realized, the blue bars are actually green in most cases, right? And I guess wheat bar, light yellow is or beige is the red bars. It's just for me to get the psychologically thing out there, but it's a huge bar, triple test, I don't know. I guess you could say that you're kind of stuck here at the moment when you look at it, so it's, I don't mark it blue, so. But here you get a first entry, second entry, and I'd probably take this, yeah I would. But you could get stopped out. Um, when you get stopped out and it keeps pushing like that, is, yeah, this one is a bit tough for me to analyze. But it could have been a better bar. I mean, if it looked like this, I'd go short every day, but yeah. But we could to get the new high. Get a lower high here. Or even, I mean, any of these you can take, I think. Maybe not the last one, but this one at least you can take. It's okay. Push down. This really confirms some rangey. This, so you push up. There's not a first entry yet. There's a first entry. This is the second entry, but I wait for a good bar. So when you have a second entry on a bad bar, you can always wait for a like confirmation. So maybe this was an entry then. But you can't win every trade, so obviously it would take a loss. But to have the highest probability trades, you want the signal bar to be really good. So I'm gonna change the color here to. Obviously, it's all in hindsight. It's easy to say that you should trade in a certain way, right? It's just not how it works always. Like that. The range breaks. We have a first entry, second entry. It is, it is really inside a. It is so close to being like a failed breakout. That you could trade. I don't have very high success rate on these. That's why I don't mark it. But you can if it would. If the range was like this, or the downtrend was like this, and it really pushed hard, then maybe. But then it's also a bigger bar, and you might not want to risk that much. Um, but you kind of break here. Yeah, you do break, get a new low, push down higher, lower high, higher low. Sorry, higher low. This is okay. I'd mark this. It's not through the EMA. Would have been perfect if it was, but I probably have to skip it. But I mark it. So I think it's fine. Um, get a push. And here you kind of see. So that, sorry, there's too many lines here that don't really add much. So what you have to, why did I do like that? What you have to realize here is that, why am I doing so bad? There we go. Um, push up, maybe get a small break here, but you push up, and you get a clean break. First entry, down second entry, and a signal bar. So I think this is good. It kinda confirms. It's also kind of a one test, two test, maybe a triple test, maybe, but it's a second entry. Second entry long, which works really well. If you just hold until there's a red bar or a beige bar here or light yellow, I mean you're done for the day really. You don't have to trade more. It's like a 1 to 4 RR. Um, you get your new high, you kind of have to be careful. Push down, you don't get a lower high, but you push up, get the new high here. I don't even want to mark this. Let's take it away. It's too much congestion for a lower high, my opinion. But you push down, right? Maybe like you can always do like this. I think it's fine also. 1, 2, 3, 4 tests. And so we have this mild up range. I mean, it's not. It's like you should go long mostly, but you find that you can go short on more flat larger, like the larger uptrend I have drawn here. Um, uh, so you can go short. Maybe say, but yeah, it's too congested. But you can still take this, or even this, or this. I think you can. Maybe this one is orange then, but you don't really have the same confirmation on the low side. If there was this bar, if until this moment right here, if there was more confirmation, like 2 more bounces of this resistance, then maybe. So this one I can agree that you can mark it orange then, because then you have seen the support, but it just crushes through there. There's not much, but I do like this trade. The first entry, second entry, it's big bar, but just keeps confirming the trend throughout the day. And this has higher, very high, a lot higher probability of succeeding. Uh, yeah. And then we do get rangy. Push down, break. We do want, maybe you can say that, yeah, it already broke here, you get a new low. I can see that. New low, higher low. Bad signal bar though, so have to be careful, but I'd mark it. It's a potential trade. Um, we do see some great resistance up there. And then you do get the triple test here. And I think this is very safe trade. Boom, down. And you know that it has been testing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you can even take this one, right? Maybe, but um, it's hard because this one could have been a lower high. We don't really get the confirmation of that, but you can consider this if you read it right. Jesus, there we go. But again, we do get triple test here. I guess this is a lower high as well. Not actually, not too sold on this one when I'm reviewing it again. Let's make it orange, but this one really confirms. This is great, triple test. Push down. But really what you're looking for is the first entry, second entry. Sorry for yawning. Um, you're really looking to go long. But the triple test works quite a lot, I'd say. But it's getting late here. And maybe this is a decent trade. It's really confirming trend line here, so I think that is fine. Um, and we don't have a break, so do get a first entry, second entry, and you have to scalp out here. I mean, in either way, you would target. You would target it here. It's a new high. You can scalp it up here, and you will get over 1-to-1 RR. You do have, once again, triple test. It's a bit more like optimistic, but I'd say you can go for it. Triple test works very well. Once you see, so I'd say you do see, it's a bit hard to draw this perfectly, but you do see a break here, and it's kind of a new high, but that is so subjective, it's hard to draw it perfectly. But you could say like, yeah, this is, the trend line actually looked like this. Like that. You get a little bit more empty space up here, but it's not much. And then you actually see, yeah, it's a clean break. Outside, down under the EMA again. And then we push to an equal, it's not a new high, but it's equal high. But it's our new high. And then I could say like, yeah, looking for something here. This is actually a triple test. And it's a quick scalp. You know, you can scalp down here or down here or whatever. And here it's too late to do anything. The market closes here, so that's that. We just opened the pre-market as well. We are a little bit rangy here, so we'll see what happens today. Could see that this is a, this was the triple test, so if it gets down here maybe I'll entry. But we'll see. Um, that was it, so you see how many trades there are, this huge amount of trades, at least yesterday. I think this Monday, or I don't remember when it was Tuesday or Monday, I had that. No, it was Monday. Had very few trades. Didn't really see many setups, but here it was many of them. So again, this is just inspiration. You don't have to take these trades, and it's very high volatility, and it's a hard instrument. It moves quickly, especially at open, and it's a high leverage. So be careful out there. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching.